Who or where did the system specifically fail you?
When I was purchasing the property, it was part of a major subdivision. It had a 64-page Section 32. I have a technical background, so I went right through the Section 32 and I checked that it had certificates of occupancy, it had inspections for the foundations, it had inspections for the framing. And as a novice, I took those as face value, that everything was appropriate and to Australian standards and the building code. Naively somewhat, but as a first-time victim, you're not to know what the other implications are, that these pieces of paper are actually worthless.
Well, I suppose to continue that story on a little bit then, you've got a house which is not only worth nothing, a builder that was clearly at fault for a dodgy build, in my opinion, but yet you've got no recourse really apart from private legal action, which all was availed to nothing anyway. So.
The cost of the legal action is just enormous. An expert witness report for a building consultant can be anywhere between 12 and 15,000. I've had 3 civil engineers look at the house and begin reports, but what you find is it's such a close-knit industry that they don't want to be an expert witness against this surveyor or that builder, and so they do a little bit of a report, they send you a bill for 5,000 and then they don't deliver. And so it's very hard to find someone within integrity enough to actually deliver you a proper report that is definitive in VCAT.
So in a nutshell then, what was the overall conclusion for the house being condemned effectively? What was the mitigating factor there? Was it clearly bad workmanship?
Unfortunately, bad workmanship on all levels. We had to excavate 5 foundations at the request of the engineers, and all failed. All 5 failed to meet the minimum standard, and 2 of them weren't even actually sitting on the foundations. The builder used what's called LVL, laminated timber, for the bearers, which were buried in the dirt.
Laminated veneer lumber.
That's right.
Which is essentially a timber with almost like a compression of glues almost, yeah.
They were out of LVL when the permit required them to be out of galvanised iron. There was not enough excavation and airflow underneath the downstairs bedroom. So
your home was built on rotting timber, which clearly should never have been used in the first place.
Right. The steel beams in the top story are not connected to anything downstairs, so they're just swinging. And the 11 metre by 5 metre balcony is also built out of LVL, and so is starting to delaminate and has to be condemned.
So why wasn't that caught by the building inspector in the first place? I mean, that seems like a pretty massive oversight. It's a giant yellow piece of timber, usually LVL. It's pretty clear it's not galvanised steel.
That's right. There's no rhyme or reason. Literally, these people, these builders, they do whatever they like and they get whoever to sign off on it.